Okay, let's go.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
I got him!
So don't get cocky.
This is about what's going to happen.
Welcome to
DeaconLive. DeaconLive.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, what is the mysterious yellow pillow and a new term in relationship called roaching, and why a teacher is singing a song to her class about crotches, boobs, and butts, and the backlash from a new documentary sparks outrage about weight loss. All this and much more will be discussed here on DeaconLive, and for the next 60 minutes or so, we'll get you up to date on social news stories and viral videos that you might have missed over the last couple days, or we'll be talking about it here in the upcoming few. How are you? How are things going? Are you doing all right? Are you getting along with everyone? That's all we care about, is that you're getting along with everyone and everyone's getting along with you. Well, right now, the answer that I have to this question that's been going around on the internet right now, or will be starting to, it's going to raise a big stink here soon, getting close to football season. My answer is yes, but. And the reason why I say yes, but, if you don't know what's going on, there's this big backlash that's going on right now about the Minnesota Vikings hiring male cheerleaders. All right, male cheerleaders, I got it. But it's not the typical male cheerleaders that we're used to, that we've seen, underneath the girls and holding them up and stuff. No, they are out there with the pom-poms, with the moves, with the hip shakes and all that stuff. And don't forget, for every podcast we do have a matching video over on YouTube. Search DeaconLive Podcast. You can see the whole entire podcast in its entirety, raw and uncut and all that stuff. Everything that goes on behind the scenes, you can see that over there as well. So give us a like and subscribe, because I'm going to switch over to camera 4. Let's see what video I'm going to talk to about first. Well, of course, let's go to Ben Shapiro, the real Ben Shapiro, and see what he has to say, just to stir the pot a little bit. So here we go.
Minnesota Vikings.
How did she do? Well, the first pitch. Oh, Jesus, what the hell's that? Oh, hold on. I had something playing from last week. Let's see if I can delete that first. Can I pause it? Let's pause it. Pause, because it won't let me. It won't let me delete stuff while I'm recording. All right, so there we go. Now I got that out of the way. So that's a brief little scope as far as what happened on last week's show. So if you missed that, go back and see it. And let's go back to Ben Shapiro as far as what he's talking about. So here we go.
Vikings cheerleader, who is a flamingly gay man.
So he's running out on the field.
Like, why is he doing the female moves? Why is this, he looks like an idiot. I'm sorry. He looks like a complete ridiculous moron.
He's doing,
He's dancing around and swiveling his hips, and, it doesn't have the same impact when it's a dude as when it is a lady. Now, again.
All right, so he's doing a dance routine. There's nothing sexual. There's anything different than if he was in a dance group, like on stage, on Broadway. He's doing a dance routine, and he's a male guy, male cheerleader. The cheerleaders themselves, females, are having a hard time keeping up with him.
As a conservative, I'm not a big fan of the female cheerleaders on the sideline either, because I just think that it's become sort of a glorified stripper pole thing. But having a dude do it is ridiculous, like laughably ridiculous.
Does he not understand that? Let's go back to me now. Does he not understand that half of Madonna's dancers on stage dance the same way? Nobody says anything about that. Does he not understand that half of Beyonce's dancers, same thing, different color, different race type deal. Let's bring them all in the spectrum here. Half of them are male dancers. Nobody says anything about that, because it's football, and football is supposed to be man sport. Did you know that a former president was an actual cheerleader for his collegiate football team in the 50s? George W. Bush Jr. Hey, what's going on, Tex? He was a cheerleader because in the 50s and 60s, there were no female cheerleaders. None. They were men. And the men were out there basically going, hey, hoorah. You know, they weren't doing like backflips and stupid gymnastics. So I say stupid gymnastics to the gymnastic community. I'm sorry. I apologize. But he wasn't doing, you know, throwing the other guy up in the air and trying to catch him in a cradle basket, double Lindy back toss or anything like that. So, and I think it wasn't until, oh God, I could be wrong on this, but I mean, it wasn't until the NFL was making money and said, you know what, maybe we need to have a little bit of a little eye candy on the field for our patrons. So they had female cheerleaders. So we're going to go over to CNN to get an actual report on what's everyone freaking out about. Again, I'm going over to camera 4 here so you can see this. So here we go.
The Vikings posted a video announcing this year's cheer squad. You can see in the video Blaze Sheik and Louis Kahn, both making the team for the first time this year. Since the team's announcement, the two men have faced a ton of hateful comments on social media, including anti-gay slurs.
These are high talented athletes. We've trained our entire lives. We get put through the ringer through auditions and re-audition every year. So, I mean,
this is Napoleon Guinness, Jinnies. He's an NFL cheerleader already, I guess. I don't know who he plays for. It doesn't say. I see a Super Bowl champion pillow or something behind his head, but who knows?
if you can't appreciate the entertainment, the athleticism, how easy we make it look somewhere else. And if you're leaving your team because of a dance program or a cheer program, I don't think you're a true fan of the franchise or your team anyways. So
what was the experience like for you being one of the NFL's first male cheerleaders and going on the road? Because LA may be a fairly tolerant place, but I imagine you're going to a lot of places where folks may not be quite as welcoming of male cheerleaders. Did you ever see any anger in the crowds that you were in front of?
Yes.
Yes. Preseason was quite intense for us, but we have a zero tolerance on hate and hate speech, so a lot of people removed instantly. The Rams were very great and taking care of us, very communicative. They also took the same risk as the Minnesota Vikings with knowing they possibly might lose season members for the year, and they didn't care because they know the worth they put behind their cheerleaders and how they stand behind us, and also how the organization, what they actually represent in the community. So it's interesting if you're looking at a team of 20 women or 30 women and there's one guy, all you can concentrate is on the guy. So, I mean, you're not forced to look that way. You can look elsewhere, in my opinion.
So I'll go back to me now. So here's the observation that I have. It's not like it'd be a totally different story. It would be a debatable argument if the guy cheerleader who's not on the bottom, you know, they're definitely tops. Let's put it this way. They're definitely tops. It's not like those muscle men like you saw in Bring It On or Dance or whatever those shows are where they're flipping and doing the basket toss. You see the college sports thing, and they're, you know, moving and grooving, and they're, you know, lifting people up and just doing all this crazy stuff. And they use the males as muscle underneath it. It's not like these cheerleaders, these male cheerleaders that are tops, aren't dressing up like females. And I think that's what everyone thinks that they're doing. They're putting on wigs. They're doing, now granted they have stage makeup. Maybe they do a little bit more. Christ, if you're watching me here on the video, I've got makeup on too. Does that make me queer? I got a USA flag on my chest and makeup on my face, you know, so it's, I don't know. That's why I say yes, but, you know, it's not the same. It's not the same. So I'd love to hear your opinion. And the way you can get your opinion in now is to go over to prophetradio.com, PROPHET radio.com. At the very top of the page says Be Heard. Opens up a microphone on your device. You speak right into it. Comes through our inbox. And we broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, in a little town called Marshville. All right, guys, when we come back, this new documentary has raised up a stink with one trainer that was on the show. She's speaking out. Well, of course, there's two trainers, and one's a male, one's a female, so we can figure out that one. But what she has to say is pretty unnerving about this whole thing. So stick around. I'll talk about that when we get back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. We'd love to hear from you, and the way you can be part of the show, you can be podcast famous, is go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET radio.com. At the very top of the page says, be heard. Leave a message for Deacon Live. We broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town called Marshville. Your voice can be heard right alongside of me here in the studio. Don't be shy. You can be anonymous if you'd like as well. Just hit record, opens up a microphone, hit record. Put your name in there, anonymous, or whatever, male cheerleader 123, and then you got to put an email address in there just so it knows that you're not a robot, and your voice will come right here on our show. Now, this gentleman right here was convicted of murder. Homicide is what they said. Homicide is the case they gave me. Is that the name of a song? I think I got to change the lyrics up a little bit, but I got something close there. But this gentleman right here said, I didn't do it. I didn't do it, and I can prove I didn't do it because I don't have any hands. Yeah. A 20-year-old suspect in South Carolina homicide case has turned himself in and is preparing to file a lawsuit over the charges, revealing a unique reason why he alleges that he is innocent. Jaquan Quez Jameson, Jesus, have another shot, sir, is in custody, after calling the Charleston County Dispatch on August 15, explaining that he wanted to turn himself in to the Orangeburg County case, for an Orangeburg County case. He was soon taken into custody on warrants for murder and several counts of attempted murder and possession of a weapon while committing a violent crime. Now, Jameson has been accused of fatally shooting a 17-year-old at a home in January 13th. If convicted, he could possibly face life in sentence for murder. During his arraignment in court, Jameson suggested that his parents will file a lawsuit because he is a burn victim. Actually, he claimed that these hands can't pull triggers. They can't even bend. So I guess he's got like prosthetic hands that he uses because of being a burn victim. The Augusta Burn Center is going to be part of this because these hands are fractured, he says. I'm just bringing this to your attention. I just wanted to get it off my chest. Jameson was reportedly injured in a crash in October of 2023. After the incident, he was taken to Augusta Burn Center in Augusta, Georgia. Now, I've got a video here. It's not a pretty video. As far as, the gentleman himself has been through a lot. He's a burn victim. So as far as burn victims are, but this is, I hate to say this is going to sound really, really bad. I've seen white people that are burned, right? They have the markings on the face and the blemishes and stuff. I've never seen a black burn victim in the face before. I've seen where they burn their arms and stuff. His whole entire face looks like, I'm going to say it looks like melted chocolate, like he's got a chocolate mask on or something. I've never seen his complexion is very, very dark. Maybe he's a dark pigmented man, but let's see. He's got he's sitting here in the courtroom and he's talking to the judge. So I'm going to switch over to camera 4 and we can see this in all real time as we're talking about it here on the show. So here he goes. It might be a little low to hear, so I'm going to try my best to bump up the volume. Dance.
Tell me or ask
Here we go.
Before we continue.
I like this.
So he's holding his right hand up, and it's a nub. It looks like the end of a table leg. It's strictly a nub.
My parents are gonna be filing a lawsuit because I'm a burn victim, and these hands, my Augusta Burn Center will be a part of this because these hands are fractured.
Okay.
These hands can't pull the trigger.
And he goes, this hand can't pull the trigger. Now, he's got looks like somewhat of a functioning hand, like a left hand. He says it's fractured, but he's the officer, the bailiff standing next to him was kind of looking down at his hand going, I don't know, buddy.
They can't even bend. They just bring it to your attention. They can't. But yeah, they're going to be a part of this.
They can't bend.
I just want to get off my chest. That's all. So yes, ma'am.
Chief Gordy?
No, ma'am. I'm good.
I'm good.
All right.
That's the bailiff.
And
so, God, that's I hate to say. Okay, got you. Thank you there, Jameson, Mr. Jameson. That's kind of eye-opening to see that. But how would they determine that he's the did charges come up? Was he just in the wrong place at the wrong time? Oh my God, this 17-year-old kid's dead. I'm in the building. I'm stealing vanilla wafers out of his closets or something. I don't know. How was he there? How did they come to the point that he was the one who killed this 17-year-old child or person? Almost an adult. When he doesn't have a right hand at all, and his left hand, he says it's fractured. So that's going to be an interesting case. So if you see that out there, what was his name? Oh, I closed out the article. Last name Jameson, but he's a black gentleman burn victim, and I've never seen that before. It's kind of spooky looking. God, I'm just making it horrible. Now, someone in my opinion who's very spooky looking is this young lady right here, and Jillian Michaels. She looks like a PE teacher, female PE teacher, if you know what I mean. Netflix has come out with a new documentary on The Biggest Loser, and they're talking about, they're talking to the contestants and how, this happened and that happened and all the rumors and stuff and what it took to be, a fat person going to be a skinny person in like 2 weeks or something like that. They lose like 180 pounds and they're like, I'm the biggest loser. I'm dead. But Jillian Michaels right now is having a fit. She's having a whole lot of upsets about this whole new documentary. The new Netflix documentary is taking a look behind the scenes of one of the most infamous reality TV shows of all time. But it's one of the stars of the series that says that the new document is full of unsubstantial claims and misleading statements. Former Biggest Loser celebrity trainer Jillian Michaels took to Instagram to speak out after her portrayal in Fit for TV is the name of the episode, the reality of The Biggest Loser on Netflix. So what she is claiming in the documentary is saying that Jillian Michaels put contestants at risk by giving them caffeine supplements. Dr. Robert Helziga, I think he's the doctor on the program. The Biggest Loser physician, yeah, there you go, alleged that caffeine was banned on the show and that Michaels never really showed interest in his advice. Michaels challenged this claim in her post by saying that fellow trainer Bob Harper not only knew about the Stackers fat burner pills, but recommended that she use them. Here you go. Let's get these truckers, what do they call it, trucker cocaine or something like that, truck stop cocaine. She says, I wanted to use my brand instead because they were cleaner and had no more than 200 milligrams of caffeine, Michaels said. Harper was interviewed for a participant in the docuseries, which Michaels did not. Harper said in the show that Michaels did not reach out to him when he had a massive heart attack in 2017. The other trainer had a heart attack? Wonder why. Michaels responded by posting a screenshot of what she claims was her last correspondence with Harper to date, with a timestamp on it that reads June 15th, 2014. I think this is really shitty if you're not even going to respond to my text. It's this kind of thing that always makes me so disappointed in our relationship, Harper said. Finally, Michaels addressed another claim in the documentary from the former contestant who claims that the trainer told them, you're going to make me a millionaire, meaning Jillian Michaels. I wanted to state unequivocally that it is fake, Michaels said. The full moment was captured on camera and both the contestants and I were wearing microphones. If such a comment had been made, it would have existed on audio recording. According to TMZ, Michael said that she plans to speak to Brian Friedman, the attorney representing Justin Baldoni, in the case with Blake Lively. She reportedly is planning on taking some legal action against Harper, the doctor, the physician on the show, and the documentary's producer and Netflix itself. So the history of The Biggest Loser, it initially aired in 2014 all the way to 2016, followed several overweight, obese contestants as they sought to fight to lose life-changing amounts of weight. The show was known for dramatic end-of-season transitions, and the contestants would undergo the same, losing hundreds and hundreds of pounds of weight at the end of the show. And whoever The Biggest Loser was won $1 million. So there you go. She's got some things to say. That show is always weird because I always heard like background stuff, like when they would do the weigh-in, they would drink a lot of water, like gallons and gallons of water, and then they would weigh themselves, and then of course they would just pee all the water out, and then of course, bam, a gallon of water weighs 10 pounds. You pee 2 gallons of water out, you've lost 20 pounds, and you're already ahead of the game. So there was a lot of stuff that the contestants were doing themselves to cheat the weight loss thing. Not only Julian Michaels feeding them stacker pills, but the contestants themselves. So I'm anxious to see that. Just came out on Netflix. Not a sponsor of the show. Wish they would. You can reach out to me at any time at deacon@prophetradio.com. All right, when we come back, are your texts really secret on WhatsApp and iPhone? They say they are, but there's this hidden code that's behind them, and you can see if someone's looking at your messages. And I'll dive into that when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us over on Facebook. Yep, we're back on Facebook. The ban has been lifted. We were banned for a year because that's how cool we are. We're such rebels. No, there were some problems with my Instagram page. I let a third party help me do some promotions and stuff, and they left it open. Somehow it got hacked, and they were posting, I don't know, some garbage up there, and ended up getting flagged. And they said, you can fight this if you want. Just email us at whatever. And then you go in there, email does not exist type deal. And I'm like, God damn it. So I had to wait, I think it was 360 days or something stupid like that. But we're back on it now. And the reason why you want to get on the Deacon Live podcast is because these articles and stuff that we talk about here on the show, if you're not watching us on the video, by the way, shame on you. But I understand you can't do everything all at once. You can be part of the Facebook feed, and these articles will be posted up there as well. You can read them for yourself if you don't believe me. You can share them with your friends and watch all the videos and stuff over on our Facebook page. So give us a like and subscribe over there on Facebook as well. Now, there's a new trend that's out there right now. First, we had ghosting as far as relationships. First, we had ghostings. Then there was a phase of snowmanning and sploshing, making its way into our daily lexicon as far as our dating lexicon as well, which is enough to make the strongest even give up on ever finding love. Now, we have yet another trend to add to this growing pile. It's called roaching. But what exactly is roaching? Well, let me explain it to you. The modern dating feels like an exclusive to dating apps, according to these days, whether it's Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, of course, and we know someone that we met their partner. We always know someone that met their partner at work through friends. But for the vast majority of us, finding love involves scrolling endlessly through dating profiles while hoping someone swipes right on you. Now, what is roaching? Most people are using dating apps are guilty of auditioning numerous matches to find out who they were best suited for, too, which isn't anything too outrageous during the early days of chatting online and first dates. But carry on doing this with various matches, you can run the risk of roaching them. Put simply, anyone who secretly dates multiple people without disclosing it to potential partners is roaching. How about you just call that person a piece of shit? Let's call it that, right? No, roaching is a little bit more flamboyant. According to the Attachment Project, the name is taken from the idea of seeking one cockroach implies that there are others nearby, meaning that if you discover your situation has one partner on the side, there are a very good chance that they'll have more as well. Inspired by the ickness of seeing one of these nasty little bugs, but knowing that when you turn the lights on, there are a lot more of them hiding elsewhere. Unfortunately for us, roaching is very much a symptom of modern world of dating, but as people are less likely to commit to relationships with the first people they are dating, it's more likely that they shop around to make sure they've hitched their wagon to the best possible options. So how can you tell if someone's roaching you? They are. They don't want to talk about their status of their relationship or exclusivity. They will be flaky or non-committal over plans. They will often cancel plans at last minute, and they are often uncontactable. Is that a word? I guess so. We're throwing it in there. If roaching's a word, uncontactable is a word as well. So if you got someone out there that, hey, I tried to get a hold of you. Oh, I was caught in traffic. There's no, I don't understand why. What does traffic got to do with not being able to get a hold of you? Well, it's weird. It's complicated. So maybe that person is a roach. Now, I would think a roach would just be a bad person in general, no matter if it's dating or not, because there's bad message secrets, texting code hidden in all your chats reveals if someone is quietly reading your text messages. Well, maybe if you think someone's roaching, this would be the thing to do. What is the texting codes when someone's eavesdropping in the middle of your text conversation without you or your contact even knowing who it is? They'll be scooping up the text that you sent, reading it, and then letting it continue to the other person, and then doing the same in reverse as the text goes back to you. It's a clever kind of hack that is very difficult to pull off, but it can leave your conversations totally exposed. Thankfully, there's a clever new secret code system built into both WhatsApp and the Apple's Messenger that lets you easily spot if this might be happening to you. So the secret key is it works using a process called key verification. When you have a chat with someone and you and the other person both have a secret code, it's unique to your chat. That means that the conversation between you both is encrypted and isn't read in transit. Your conversation is only fully safe if both of you and the other person have the same codes, but it's a bit like a secret handshake that the outsiders can know. If you have different codes, it's a chance that you're being spied on, and you should investigate it urgently. So here's a little video. Hopefully it's not boring, not as boring as this article, as far as how to check this safety trick on your iPhone. So let me switch over to camera 4. We can see this, and hopefully it's somewhat entertaining. So here we go. Is this on? This on.
With Safety Check starting in iOS 16, you can quickly reset sharing access on your iPhone to help you disconnect from people, apps, and devices you no longer want to be connected to.
Okay.
This can be helpful if your personal safety is at risk.
Okay.
In Settings, scroll down and tap Privacy and Security.
Got it.
Then scroll down and tap Safety Check.
Safety check. Got it. Check, check.
If at any point in the process you need to quickly conceal what you're doing, you can tap Quick Exit in the upper right corner. This will save any changes you've made and bring you immediately back to the home screen.
All right.
And no one will be able to locate where you last were in Settings.
Got it.
If your personal safety is at risk, you can tap Emergency Reset to immediately remove access for all people and apps. After completing the steps, your location will no longer be shared in Find My. Your privacy permissions for all apps will be reset.
All right, so there you go. This will pull up a contact in the info safety screen of all the person's known details. Then the app's encryption button will reveal a QR code and a 60-digit number. If you or your contact are physically next to each other, one of you can scan the QR code or visibly compare the 60-digit number if you got enough time that WhatsApp explains. So there you go. You have to be careful. People are listening to your text messages. Let's go back to me now. What's the benefit other than, I don't want to say hackers. Are you giving personal information through your text messages? I can go through my wife and I's text messages over, let's say, the last year. There's probably 1 or 2 times that I've given her like I need the credit card number, and that can come across. But it's one out of how many I text my wife, 15, 16, 20 times a day. Why aren't you home yet? I was stuck in traffic, that type deal. She was roaching me. No, but still, what are they looking for? It seems like a lot of fucking work to do absolutely very little. And then I guess once you get that little piece of chunk, what do they say? A sucker's born every minute or something like that. I guess that's what happens. All right, when we come back, this gentleman right here bought a side-by-side, loaded it up on the trailer, got it home, and found something hidden inside of the side-by-side when he got it home. And he goes, well, what should I do? What should I do with this? And I'll tell you what it is, and tell me your opinions about it as well. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Well, I'll get you something for free, but what you got to do for me is go over to ProfitRadio.com. At the very top of the page is a little section that says free swag. They're proud sponsors of Deacon Live and all the other fine programming that comes out of the studio. Get yourself something over there. A little drop-down menu. You can pick out something over there. You can get some laptop stickers and then things like that. And just pick out whatever show you want to get, and they'll mail it out to you here in the United States. Unfortunately, we're not doing overseas anymore. It's just complicated. We were doing it for a while. They were doing it for once a month, and it just was a pain in the ass. So unfortunately, you guys from overseas, we apologize, but if you live here in the United States, we'll mail it out to you usually within about 48 hours. You should get it. So you can do that. Go to ProfitRadio.com. Get yourself something over there, a little something special, and stick it on your laptop and have fun with it. Now, in the case file of, is that what that is? The disgusting truth behind the, quote, the yellow pillow after a man sparks debate showing it to his girlfriend. Men in general have come under fire on social media for having a, quote unquote, yellow pillow. Lads, it's time to have a chat about your yellow pillow. It may sound weird, but what's weirder is almost all of us have got one. Somehow, some way, someday, the pillow helps us get the best night of sleep, despite being almost as flat as our bed when it comes to no support at all. Now, what is the yellow pillow? The sacred pillow is where we lay our heads at night and forget about all our problems, but there's one rule: don't look too closely when you're changing the pillowcases. You either get it or you don't. As one guy went viral for all the wrong reasons after showing his girlfriend his own, quote-unquote, yellow pillow. And it's fair to say that she wasn't the best pleased after he asked other questions explaining the magic of it all. Several other users soon followed in suit by sharing some of their snapshots online of their own yellow pillows, which don't look exactly clean. A lot of people were discovering what yellow pillow was and became a little bit gross about it, that they're sleeping on it. So why does it go yellow? You may continue to use the worn out pillows until the end of time, but here's how and why the pillow goes to a dirty place, goes so dirty in the first place. Got it. Well, firstly, that yellow color is caused by sweat, which takes place overnight and soaks into your pillow, eventually changing the color permanently. If you drool in your sleep, you open mouth breathers, I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's not saliva. It alters the pillow's color, though, so it does from natural oil and skin. And if you're thinking that a regimen nighttime skincare routine will help, the opposite is true. The Mattress Clarity writer Celeste Parker explains that the yellowness of the pillow is actually doesn't make it less safe to sleep on. If your pillow has minimum yellow stains, keeps your head and neck aligned and feels comfortable, it's probably still fine to sleep on, she reveals. It sounds, when should you ditch your yellow pillow? It sounds like a good news as far as, but here's the answer to the big question. Parker added, over time, pillows flatten, contain bacteria and dust, and become stained. When your pillow cannot fully support your head, smells like sweat or mildew, after being cleaned, and mostly loses its original color, it's time to replace that nasty piece of shit. I threw that last part in there to get your attention. The expert says as long as it's not going overboard with yellowing, it could also be washed out via spot treating in a washer machine. My dryer has a sanitation like they're picking up garbage, a sanitizer setting on it. So, and we'll throw it in there once in a while, steam it and whatever it does. I don't know what it does, but in your mind you think, all right, got all the little bad guys in there. You should be good to go. Use a pillow protector and a good pillowcase, and wash your pillow regularly. Like I said, sounds easy enough, but long live the yellow pillow. So there you go, yellow pillow. If you got it, raise them high. Send me a picture of your yellow pillow, and we'll put them up on the Facebook page as well. And the way you send those in is you can email me, deacon@profitradio.com. Now, this gentleman right here says that karma does not skip anyone. A Myrtle Beach man buys a used Kawasaki KRX and then looks under the hood of the driver's seat and finds something spectacular. Handing over thousands and thousands of dollars in cash for a vehicle is always a gamble, unlike buying from the dealership. There's no paperwork trail, no warranty, no guarantee that the seller will be fully honest with you as far as the vehicle itself. Plenty of people have walked away from deals feeling tricked, whether it's a hidden issue with the machine or shady details on the transaction. But for one buyer in Myrtle Beach, the situation got even stranger. Excuse me. After driving hours to pick up the Kawasaki side-by-side, he discovered something puzzling under the driver's seat. The man hits a rare jackpot. TikToker user Gilbert, going by the _real PW, I don't know what that is. You can insert your own acronym in there. Shares a video on a viral video that has gotten over 935,000 views. He explains that he set out earlier in the morning to buy what was advertised as a brand new 2024 side-by-side. I don't know if I got scammed or what happened. I drove 2 hours this morning to buy this and what was supposed to be brand new 2024 side-by-side, and look at this. After arriving, the machine looks fine. Test drove it. Everything was honestly good looking on it. The machines, he recalls, satisfied, and handed over the money. That's when things took a turn. While Gilbert was putting down the ramps to load up the UTV, the seller offered to drive it up on the trailer for him. Gilbert strapped it in and headed home. More than an hour drive, he pulled over to a gas station to check on the straps and make sure that everything was okay, and made a surprising discovery. I opened to the door, Gilbert says, and look at what I found inside the machine. He said, holding up the cash. The money I gave the guy to buy the machine is right here. When he got in the machine to load it up, it must have fallen out of his pocket. But honestly, I have no clue what to do at this point. So where's this video? Here it is right here. I'm going to switch over to camera 4 and we can see this. All right, hold on there, bud. We can see this in real time. Let's let him explain his story of the _real PW. So here we go. Unmute him and then here.
Scammed or what just happened? I just drove 2 hours this morning to buy this. Was supposed to be brand new 2024 side-by-side this morning. And look at this. Drove 2 hours this morning to pick up this. It's slightly used. It's not brand new. It's a one-owner 2024 side-by-side.
Now hold on. He's selling this thing. There's mud and shit all over it. Clean it up a little bit, guy. Come on, guy. I wouldn't have taken it with all that mud and shit on it, but I don't know. Each to his own, right? Here we go.
And I drive all the way to the guy's house. Machine looks good.
He gets up on the...
drove it. Everything was honestly good on the machine. So I gave him the money, and I came back here to put my ramps down while I was at his house to put the machine on the trailer. Well, the guy hopped in the machine while I was putting the ramps down and was like, all right, I'll load it up for you. So he drives the machine up on the trailer, and I strap it down.
Little windy.
I've already drove over halfway back home, over an hour home, and I stop at this gas station, and I come back here to check the straps, and I open the door, and look what I just found in the machine when I opened the door. The money that I gave the guy to buy the machine.
Oh, it's down in like the where your seatbelt would be. You know, if you reach over and put your seatbelt on, it's down in the little cubby there.
Got in there to load it up. Must have fell out of his pocket in the machine. I honestly have no clue what to do at this point. He hasn't texted, called me, or messaged me any. So I pretty much just have a free side-by-side right now.
All right. So, looking at that stack of cash, I know what $10,000 looks like, okay? A stack of 100s, because that's all it was. It's about half that. And it's all brand new. You know, no one carries $100 bills around anymore. Baller. So they're new. They're crisp. And he had it wrapped up in a blue rubber band or whatever. Do you think it was a scam? It's not a scam. I know it's not a scam. But I think the guy, you know, an hour, he said he paid the guy, he drove an hour, and now he just found it. So the guy's probably thinking, the guy who he sold it to or bought it from, It's probably running around freaking the fuck out. Freaking out. He's retracing the steps. He's retracing this. He's retracing that. And he's like probably panicking, in this hour time looking for the quote unquote money, $5,000. And this guy's got it. What would you do? Would you say, hey, man, the money I just gave you, it's sitting here in the side-by-side. You still want it? He's saying that the guy hasn't texted him or called him or anything on it. What would you do? Would you be that person? Would you be like, free side-by-side? Sorry, bud, you lost it. I win, you lose. Or would you be nice enough to hand it back to him? Now, I would think, in my opinion, there's a lot more factors that need to go in there. But in my opinion, I would be like, oh, shit. The money I gave the guy, he left it here in the thing. I would call him. I'm like, hey, man, I got the money here. I'm an hour away. I'm not driving an hour back to you with this fucking thing on my trailer. Can I mail you a cashier's check and just call it even? Can we do that? And hopefully he'll have faith in me, and as I had faith in him for, making a good trade deal. And hopefully that person would say yes. Now, with that being said, I said the machine was kind of dirty. It had mud and shit up on it. He bought it from the guy, brand new. And if the guy was like a dick during the whole entire transaction, I don't want to go 2 hours to your house to bring this to you because, what if something happens to me? And if he's just a complete and made the whole transaction a pain in the ass, yes, I would keep the money. I'm sorry. My wife's listening to this. She was like, you gave that money? Fuck yeah. If the guy made my life a living fucking hell and for me to get this thing, and then he's dumb enough to fucking drop the money inside the little cargo carrier inside the vehicle, yes, I would keep the money. Serves him right. Tough shit. Pay attention to what you're doing. Appreciate your helping me get it on the trailer here, but sorry for your luck type deal. You tell us. And the way you do that is go over to profitradio.com. All right, guys, one more little episode, and we'll let you get back to doing what you got to do. So stick around. We're going to talk about this pilot here for Southwestern. I always say Southwestern. Southwest. Sorry, ladies. Sorry. It's Southwest. And right before they were getting ready to take off, the police department came and got the pilot. And you'd be surprised of what they pulled him off the plane for. So stick around. We'll dive into his story when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget, we'd love to hear from you. You can be podcast famous. Your voice can be heard right alongside of me here in the studio. We broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town called Marshville. Your voice can be heard, and you can ask me anything if you want, or you can talk about any of the shows that we've been doing over the last 11 years. Go back through our archives. Just give me a little watermark as far as what you're talking about. What did you mean by this, or what did you mean by that? And the way you do that, and you can be part of the show, is go to profitradio.com. At the top of the page says be heard. There's a little orange bar up there. If you've got a microphone on your device, your tablet, whatever you're listening to us on or at, speak right into it. You can be anonymous if you want, but it does want an email address to make sure that you're not a robot. It comes right to our inbox, and we'll play it on this podcast. If you don't get it in quick enough, we'll play it on the very next podcast as well. Feel free to ask me anything that's going on over the last 11 years of doing the show. What happened to this guy? What happened to that guy? All right, well, there you go. If you don't know what I'm talking about, for all you new listeners out there, you can go back and listen to all those other people that were on the show. Now, this gentleman right here, my wife and I are getting ready to fly to New York. We're going to Long Island, Islip, if you know the little airport that's up there. And we're flying out of Concord, not Charlotte Douglas. We're flying out of Concord, which is a small little town, probably about an hour and a half up the road from us. But they have a direct flight from Concord to Islip. If we didn't, we would go from Charlotte Douglas to, I think, Philadelphia or something stupid like that, and then cut over to Islip. So we're looking forward to doing that. I think we're flying Frontier. God help us. I'll let you know if we get there or not, but I think for both of us, round trip was like $210, which isn't too bad. We'll be up there for 5 days and come back and have a grand old time. But Southwest, they're having their own issues with charging you $35 for the first bag and $45 for every bag after that. No more assigned seatings anymore. And then this guy right here, is having it's not adding to the insult. Newly released video shows a Southwest pilot admitting to drinking 3 beers before failing the sobriety test. On flight 3772 from Georgia to Chicago was delayed 4 hours after a pilot's arrest. Jesus Christ, can you imagine being on that plane? Authorities have released footage of the Southwest airline pilots failing a sobriety test shortly before takeoff in January. David Allsop, A-L-L-S-O-P, 52, of New Hampshire, was taken into custody around 7 a.m. on January 7th. The police body cam footage shows officers questioning David after receiving reports that the pilot might be under the influence just before the flight of the 3772 was about to leave Georgia. Who turned him in? Did the passengers turn him in? Did the flight attendant crew turn him in? Hey, here comes Lush David, you know. DUI David. Here he comes. He smells like shit. Let's turn him in. How do they do that? Okay, attention everyone on board the plane. Our pilot is wasted, so we're gonna call the cops. But shh, everyone be cool about it, right? Because he doesn't know. Can you imagine that coming over the intercom? The pilot admitted that he drank a few beers in 10 hours before the flight, which an officer asked him to clarify. What do you mean is a few beers? And he's like, a few beers. Like, I'm having a few beers right here. He said 3. He said like 3. The pilot said 3 light beers, Miller Lite. Oh, there's a good plug for Miller Lite in the airplane industry. David ultimately complied, and the video footage shows him attempting to walk a straight line. Authorities determined that he was still intoxicated. David was arrested, and the flight was delayed for 4 hours and left at 11 a.m. Passengers were rebooked for accommodating on other flights. That Southwestern said. In January, Southwest told Fox Digital News that David Allsop, I'm going to say Allsop, was quote-unquote removed from duty. Customers were accommodated on flights, and we apologize for the disruption of the travel plans. A spokesperson says there's nothing more important than Southwest than the safety of our employees and customers. The Federal Aviation Administration strictly prohibits pilots from consuming alcohols within 8 hours of flight, and they also are not allowed to have a blood alcohol level of 0.04 or higher. So why didn't they give him the blood alcohol thing right then? Is he going to have like those people that are in real bad trouble? You know, when they can't drive their car, so they have to blow into the thing to start it. Oh, are you drunk? I don't know. He's going through the whole checklist. Right engine, yep, check. Left engine, altimeter, check. You know, they're doing the whole check and everything. And he's like, okay, fire at the engines. And he looks over to his co-pilot and he goes, hey, can you blow into this one, man? I had a couple beers last night. Sure. Clear for takeoff. Thanks, man. Thanks. You did me a solid. Oh, God. So let's see. Let's watch this video. Do we want to watch it? Yeah, well, some people do. So let's see the video of this man having a discussion with the police department as far as him being intoxicated. So here we go. We'll turn it up. And don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video over on YouTube. Search our whole entire catalog and library of stuff. We have shorts up there as well. Just search DeaconLive podcast over on YouTube. Give us a subscribe over there. We appreciate that as well. Helps get the numbers up and helps people learn more about the show. So here we go.
When was the last time you had something to drink?
Last night.
About how many hours ago?
How many hours?
Like 10 hours ago, at least.
How many drinks did you have?
A few beers.
A few beers.
Define a few beers.
Define it.
A few beers.
Define a few beers.
Like 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you drink?
Light beer. Miller Lite.
Miller Lite?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
I did some cocaine.
Who were you with?
My FO.
Okay.
Yep.
He was pointing, what did he say? Who are you with? And he pointed to someone and said, at that guy over there.
Would you be willing to provide field sobriety with me right now?
No.
Why not?
There's no need.
Well, I can smell
He's denying he's refusing to take the sobriety test.
an odor consistent with an alcoholic beverage.
Oh, and he spit something out.
These.
What is that?
Rose.
Rose?
Do you have any fresh ones that haven't been in your mouth?
Yeah. Right now.
Commercial.
He needs the talking
Hold
points
on,
before-
hold on. So he had something in his mouth. Was it like a Zen or something like that? He spit it out, and he's like, oh, what is it? And he goes, rose. I don't know what a rose is. He said, is this common for you to have it in your mouth? And he's like, yeah. And he pointed to his friend over there. Yeah. Now he's in the gangway. He's not even in the airport. He's in the where you wait down the long booth, the long walkway. And he's doing the sobriety test. Oh, he's moving his head. They're doing the eyes back and forth. He's moving his head. I don't know. He's looking. He's trying to catch him. All right. Back this way. Back this way. His head's not moving. He's still doing good. Still doing good. He's holding it together. He's got a plane to catch. Now, one thing while this is going on, one thing I will tell you, you know what police are looking for? When you're drunk or had a couple drinks, your eyes, when you're sober, they will shift from left to right smoothly. If you've had a drink, they'll skip. They'll go kind of like how you can tell a fake Rolex from a real Rolex. You know, a real Rolex, the sweeper arm would go left to right, or it would sweep. A fake Rolex would actually tick the seconds, and that's what he's looking for, to see if his eyes tick the seconds. Eyes up. Eyes. He's holding them up there, and then coming back down.
All right, you ready?
All right, he's gonna walk. One.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Can you turn around and go the other way?
1.
Oh, a little wobbly. Little wobbly. I would have problems doing that too. I would have problems doing that on a gangway too. Well, I got issues myself. Oh, he's standing on one foot. Uh-huh. Don't mess up. All right. You're hammered. You're wasted. Busted. Oh, poor. He didn't look like he was that intoxicated. And, I mean, let's go back to me now. In all fairness, aren't they basically running, like all they have to do is get off the ground, right? Aren't they basically running, the plane runs on autopilot the whole entire time? The whole entire time? And from what'd I say, Atlanta to Chicago or something like that? Yeah, Atlanta. I mean, it's a short flight. What is that? A 2.5 hour flight? Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. Fingers crossed. But, yeah, David Alsop got arrested, busted. And is he the only one? Does this happen before? Think of how many pilots get into the booth, the cockpit, and get away with this. So, well, there you go. Hopefully, things will turn better for him, and they'll throw it out of court or whatever. Either way, hopefully everything will come to a great result is where I'm going with that. Now, this young lady right here, I saw this video late at night on TikTok, and I'm like going, God, what is this teacher saying? And why is she teaching or talking to her kids in her classroom like this? And you're like, oh, well, what happened, Deacon? What's going on? And she's talking about, she's a big black woman. She's a full figure black woman. She's not well overweight. She's just tall. She's got big boobs. She's got big butt. Ain't nothing wrong with a big butt and a smile, right? And she's teaching her class, and the camera's just on the teacher. And it's like sitting on the floor or something like that. So it's kind of like an up angle looking at the teacher. And the teacher's like touching her boobs and touching her crotch and touching her butt at the same time. And in America, if you were to see this video, you were like going, what is outrage? Teacher is touching boobs and teaching kids about private parts and all this. They should be banned and fired and neglected and thrown them away and molesting our children and all this stuff. And then you find out she's actually teaching them something good. Now, because this is not in the United States, there is no outrage. But this woman right here, a teacher in Africa, has gone wild after a viral video of her singing a song to her first grade class about private parts, showing them where they are and what people are not allowed to touch. Glenda Waterboyer, a teacher at a primary school in Nambia, sorry, got that one right, became an overnight TikTok sensation after she posted her video of herself leading her students in a sing-song, racking up a staggering 92 million views just in over 1 week. These are my private parts. This is the song. Private parts. Private parts. These are my private parts. No one shall touch them. No one should see them. She sang, touching her chest, crotch, and behind. And if you touch my private parts, I will tell my mother, I will tell my father, I will tell my teacher. She continues to sing along. Waterboyer, who regularly posts on TikTok videos from her classroom, was largely praised for her boundary-enforcing teaching method. Yes, louder, the teacher teaching the kids not to be shy about this is so important, one person claimed in the comments. So there is a certain, I hate to say this, in Africa, women are looked at even like third-rate people. Like you got, men, some of the animals that are on the farm, and women are like way, way down there. So she's empowering these women. She's empowering the classroom altogether about how to take care of yourself, because it's not like the United States. They don't have a voice like they have in the United States. So she's teaching her class, her first grade, students, that this is not right. This is not acceptable in our community in Nambia. That this should not happen. So if this happens to you, this is what you should do. Now, let's see, I'm going to find her video. Is this her video? Make your day. This is it right here. Okay. I got the video. Okay. So here's her video. I'm going to switch over to camera 4 here, and you can see that she's dressed. I didn't say go. She's dressed very well. She's got slacks on. She's got a longer jacket on. She's got like a black shirt on, a blouse, no buttons, no anything, just a nice solid color piece of clothing. All right, I'm going to swear to God. So here she goes. I'm going to switch over to camera 4 so we can see this in real time, and we can all be friends. So here we go. Here's her video about private parts. So here we go.
These are my private parts. No one should touch them. No one should squeeze them.
Squeeze them.
If you touch my private parts, and if you touch my private parts, I will tell my mother, I will tell my father, I will tell my teacher. These are my
private parts. These are my private parts.
No one should touch them. No one
should squeeze them.
And if you touch my
private parts.
And if you touch my private parts, I will tell my
Mother, I will tell my father,
I will tell my teacher.
Very good. So there she goes. Now, do you think that's right? Yes. Based on the situation I told you as far as the people in Africa? Yeah. Because it is not it's not handled right. There are no laws. There's laws, but no one enforces it. There's nothing stopping people from doing that to children over there. I mean, to a certain point, yes, there is. But like I said, it's not enforced or looked at the same way as we look at it here in the United States. So there she is. Don't touch my private parts. All right, guys. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you follow us over on TikTok. That's B Podcast Famous. You can see all the different shows that comes out of the studio over on TikTok. Just follow B Podcast Famous. You can also follow us over on Facebook, DeaconLive, all one word, and make sure you subscribe to us over on YouTube. And if you want to email me at any time, you can do that as well. Email me at deacon@profitradio.com. Comes right to my inbox. And I'll read your email. If you have a question for us or anything like that, you don't want to be on the air with us, that's fine as well. All right, guys, I'm going to let you get back to doing what you got to do. My name is the Deacon, saying good night and good night.
Wait, come back.
This is the end. The end. absolute end.
Don't squeeze. Like she's done that before. Like someone, I don't know, done it to her. All right, guys. See you later. Thank you. Bye. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze. See you. Bye.